Movie trailers rely on tricks and tropes to get us hooked, to sell us a story, to manipulate us. So how do they do it? Here's a look at the masterful techniques, recurring cliches, and underhanded tricks that modern movie trailers are using to manipulate you. Movie trailers have several sonic tricks they use to trigger your subconscious feelings. Ever notice how many recent trailers feature slow, creepy versions of pop songs, like Lana Del Rey's version of Once Upon a Dream from Maleficent? This is a way they twist your emotions by taking something beloved and familiar and making it scary and unfamiliar. And they also use sound effects, punctuating every movement with noises selected to trigger automatic responses, like guns being cocked, or maybe a subtle music swell to make sure you viscerally feel every punch.
I realize that you're scared. You know, sometimes fear.
But that's not their favorite sonic trick. If you've seen any movie trailers over the last decade, you've almost certainly heard what film fans lovingly call the Inception sound. It's sort of like a tuba, sort of a whale, and a lot like the sound a robot would make after stubbing its toe.
Oh my God.
What's the most resilient parasite?
Exactly when the sound effect first appeared is difficult to say. The earliest version that we can find occurs not in the trailer, but during Star Wars Episode II: Attack of the Clones. In that movie, sound designer Ben Burtt created a noise for the seismic charges used by Jango Fett, which sounds very similar to the Inception sound. But the sound really became a cultural touchstone thanks to Inception, with composer Hans Zimmer using that one repeating drone over and over again as a central element of the film's soundtrack. Will Hollywood ever move past the Inception sound? So far, the answer seems to be typically, if a movie is really good, a trailer can just show the basic premise of the beginning of the film, and you'll be in. However, when studios aren't sure their films have a good enough hook, they try to reassure you by literally giving away the entire film so you know just what you're paying for. For instance, trailers for The Last House on the Left, Terminator Salvation, and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice all give away major plot twists to make sure you are really hooked but also wouldn't be disappointed with the twist. Perhaps the most egregious example of all, though, is the trailer for the acclaimed hit Castaway, which so wanted to assure audiences they would get a happy ending that the trailer essentially shows the entire film scene by scene. It not only shows that Tom Hanks' character is going to get stranded on an island for 4 years, but also that at the climax of the film, he's going to leave, get rescued, and return to civilization, discover that his girlfriend married someone else, and that he needs to start life over. The final shot of the trailer is the final shot of the film. There's literally nothing left to show after that. Besides just amping up the sound effects, what other ways do trailers enhance a moment to make it hit harder than it otherwise would? One classic way is to follow it up with a reaction shot. This shot will feature a character experiencing the emotion that the trailer wants us to feel. Notice how throughout the trailer for Ready or Not, there are brief cutaways of the main character being scared. And are the fantastical things that we're being shown throughout the final trailer for The Nutcracker and the Four Realms really all that impressive? Or do they just seem that way because of all the reaction shots of characters experiencing wide-eyed awe? Or in the trailer for Mother's Day, where there are dozens of shots of characters smiling or laughing, but try counting how many good jokes occur. Spoiler, less than 12. When putting together a film trailer, if you don't necessarily have quality, you can always opt for the brute force option. Stuff your movie with as many famous people as you can afford, and then use your trailer as a way to shotgun the audience with a massive list of every recognizable person who agreed to participate. This approach is a time-honored tradition in the world of ensemble comedies, dating all the way back to 1963 with It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, where the trailer boasted,
"Everyone who's ever been funny is in it."
It might not be the most elegant approach, but apparently it works, because film studios keep doing it. Children's animation is especially notorious for this. Sure, a kid might not know who these people are, but their parents sure do. Which is why movies like Over the Hedge and Sing built their trailers entirely around showing off their all-celebrity voice casts. If you really want to sell your film as a must-see event, then when the title finally shows up, it has to be enormous. Sure, the screen of a movie theater might be called the big screen, but your movie is even bigger than that. This sells the idea that the movie, much like its title, is an enormous event that looms above us. Maybe you slowly reveal the title over the course of the trailer, one letter at a time, like in the trailer for Prometheus. Alternatively, when your title starts to appear, maybe we're inside of it, and you don't even realize it yet. There are just strange shapes hovering above us. We have to zoom way out out before we can see that we were actually inside a consonant all that time. This is the approach used in the trailers of The Mummy and Transformers The Last Night. Or maybe we're just minding our own business in a featureless black void before letters the size of skyscrapers start crashing down all around us. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows opted for this approach. At the end of a trailer, we're going to get the title of the movie, and then probably one final clip from the film. And that's when the release date is going to pop out at us like a jump scare, sometimes when they don't even have an actual release date. Weirdly, the type of film that seems more likely to employ this technique are superhero movies, like Ant-Man and X-Men Apocalypse. To be fair, as we lay asleep at night and stare into the darkness, some of the most common things that we tend to imagine lurking at the foot of our beds are movie release dates. So step aside, Freddy Krueger, because Zack Snyder is coming. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.